Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Maham karoti vachalam pangam nande te kirim. Ekripatam ham mande Shri Gurum Dinadarinam. Parmananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances onto the lotus feet of all the assembled devotees. All are senior to me, so kindly bless me. That whatever I speak is in relevance with the topic that is being given to me. And also if there are any shortcomings, kindly as a father excuses a child, kindly excuse me for the same and correct me if there are, if I am going somewhere wrong. So today is the most auspicious disappearance day of Ramananda Raya. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to speak in English. So today is the most the auspicious disappearance day of Ramananda Raya. So great personalities appeared as associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one of the most important associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Ramananda Raya. So we'll see some information about Ramananda Raya, even though so much are given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we cannot cover all those things. Like what I'm doing today is I'm standing on the shore of the ocean or sea. I'm just pointing out the ocean and telling that these are all, this is the ocean of glories of Ramananda Raya and his personal relationship with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we cannot cover the entire ocean as glories are unlimited. So Ramananda Raya appeared in the village called Bentapur. Prabhupada says it is around 12 miles west of Jagannath Puri and it is near to Alalanatha. That is Brahmagiri. This is a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he feels separation from the Lord, when the Lord is in Anavasa, I mean, he takes rest for 15 days, Jagannath Puri, before Rath Yatra. So the Lord spends his time in this particular place. So in near Brahmagiri is the Bentapur. So when we travel from Jagannath Puri to Brahmagiri or Alalanath, in the about nearing Alalanath, there's a small diversion where this village is there, Bentapur. So Bhavananda Raya was the father of Sri Ramananda Raya. So once when Bhavananda Raya along with Pradyumna Mishra, Kasi Mishra, all of them came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Bhavananda Raya and he told that you are Pandu in your previous pastime, like in Krishna's pastime, Bhavananda Raya was Pandu himself, and his 5 sons are the Pandavas. So here he comes from the lineage. The family lineage is termed to be Chaudhary Patnayaka. So Bhavananda Raya is from this particular family, Chaudhary Patnayaka. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visits Bentapur every year. And Ramananda Raya, he was the governor of both governor of East and West Godavari, which in those days were termed to be Madras province. So it covered entire of Andhra and to my knowledge Tamil Nadu also, because previously Tamil Nadu was called Madras. So he was the minister. Under the kingdom of under the king Prataparudra. So Ramananda Raya belonged to the Karanas, a type of caste these Karanas, where they are considered to be the servants to the Brahmana class. Technically, or Kayastha. In Bengal, now even you can see Kayastha family. So Kayasthas are considered to be a Sudra class of people. Of course, not by birth. It is according to their karma and guna. But here, Ramananda was an exception. So here, as I told, when Bhavananda met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord embraced him and he said, formerly you appeared as uh, Pandu, and there are 5 prominent sons of Pandu. Here also Bhavananda Raya had 5 sons: Ramananda Raya, Patnayaka Gopinatha, Kalanidhi, Sudhanidhi, Nayaka, Vaninatha. So these are all the 5 prominent sons of Bhavananda Raya. Of course, 5 sons of Bhavananda Raya. And the next sloka, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu states very important thing. Yei Panchaputra Tomara Mora Priya Patra Ramananda Saha Mora Dehe Veda Matra. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically states Ramananda Saha Mora Dehe Veda Matra. So we are, I myself and Ramananda Rai, or Deha Veda Matra. One, we are in 2 bodies, that's the only difference. But we are always, our consciousness is same. One soul in 2 bodies, they say, no? Like that, Ramananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself states the glory of Ramananda, that he is non-different from Ramananda. So that much Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in close intimate relationship with Ramananda Raya. Of course, Ramananda Raya, he was Arjuna, both Arjuna and Vishaka Sakhi. Some say Lalita Sakhi also, but Prabhupada states that to be Vishaka Sakhi. So Ramananda Raya in his Krishna Leela is both a combination of Arjuna and Vishaka. We understand that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a incarnation of both Radha and Krishna. Similarly, his associates also, they are combined incarnations. Like Advaita Acharyas, there is combined Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. And here Ramananda Raya is a combined incarnation of Arjuna and Vishaka Sakhi. So as I stated, Ramananda Raya was the governor. He was in a very high post. In fact, all the 5 sons of Bhavananda Raya, they were all in a prominent government post. So yeah, these 2, Ramananda Raya and Swarup Damodar, they were very always together with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this was in Jagannath Puri. So we saw how Ramananda Raya is incarnation, and then even it is stated that there are 3.5 confidential devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discusses intimate pastimes. So, Swarup Damodar Goswami, Ramananda Raya, Sikhi Mahiti. The Sikhi Mahiti's sister is Madhavi Devi. So, Swarup Damodar, Ramananda Raya, Sikhi Mahiti, they are considered to be one whole, one. So, 3. And Madhavi Devi, because she is in the female body, she is considered to be a half of devotee. So 3.5 confidential devotees are there. And Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami states, Ramanandera Krishna Kada Swarupera Ghan Prabhura Viraha Dehe Prabhura Viraha Desa Rakhila Pran. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in Unmada, is overcome with the Mahabhava. He used to run here and there, he falls down, his bones, his hands elongates, all those things happen. Then at that time, Ramananda Raya and Swarup Damodar, they both sing songs, or they discuss slokas from Bhagavatam in order to keep Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in an appropriate mood, not to overwhelm, not to be too much overwhelmed, but to keep him in there appropriate. If we see in our temple also, we see Radha Krishna is accompanied by Lalita and Vishaka. In Krishna Leela, Radha Krishna was accompanied by Lalita. They are the right and left hand. Of course, they were in Braja, right and left hand of Radha Krishna. So they were always accompanying them so that their pastime goes in a very smooth manner. Similarly, here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's right and left hand are Ramananda Raya and Swarup Damodar. So they both always accompany with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this entire Chaitanya Charitamrita Leela, if you see, Ramananda Raya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited Vrindavan at least once, while Ramananda Raya and Swarup Damodar, who are considered to be Visakha and Lalita Sati, even though they were in Krishna's pastime, they didn't come out of Brajabhumi. Here in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the Chaitanya Leela, if you see, they didn't even visit Vrindavan once. Why? That is going to be a homework for you. So these 3.5 devotees we saw, and out of this, Ramananda Raya, Sukhi Mahiti, and Madhavi Devi, 2.5 set of devotees were from Bentapur. While Swarup Damodar, he was initially there in Mayapur only. So further, when we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas and he decided to be in Jagannath Puri. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired to travel to South India, he wanted to do Digvijaya in South India Yatra. Before he left for South India, he first, when he came to Jagannath Puri after taking sannyas, he first what was the first thing he did? He transformed the heart of Sarva Bhattacharya. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was the head priest of Jagannath Puri temple. So Sarva Bhattacharya was the Pandit of those times. Entire Utkala Desa, Sarva Bhattacharya was considered to be like what to say. Even the king was the king always considered himself to be the servant of Jagannath, and of course Sarva Bhattacharya, because he had so much panditva. So it is glorified that Sarva Bhattacharya was a Satadvani. Satadvani means at given a point of time, he himself, with 100 pandits surrounding him, each pandit asks a question. So 100 questions are there. He can grasp all the 100 questions and he can give answers to all the 100 questions in sequence. So this was the greatness of Sarva Bhattacharya. Why I am telling that now is, we see when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to leave for South India Yatra, Sarva Bhattacharya placed a request to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he says, you have to meet this great devotee, Ramananda Raya. He says, Tomara Sangera Yogya Tehone Kajana Prithvi Tera Rasika Bhakta Nahi Tandra Sama. So here he specifically states, Nahi Tandra Sama. There is no one equal in the entire world. Prithvi Rasika Bhakta. Rasika Bhakta means one who knows the transcendental mellows. There is no one equivalent to Ramananda Raya. So he recommends to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Tomara Sangera Yogya, he is the person who is fit to take your association. And no other devotee can be compared in knowledge of transcendental. That's why when Srila Prabhupada states in one of the purport in this particular chapter, that Ramananda Raya was known as Adhikari. Adhikari is the one who knows the transcendental subject of Radha and Krishna. So he is termed to be Adhikari. If you see, Ramananda Raya was not even, we already saw he was from a Sudra class, and he was from a Sudra class, and also he was working in a political field. He was working in a political arena. So even then, he is recommended by a great Pandita, was Sarva Bhattacharya, And Prabhupada states Ramananda Raya was a adhikari, even though he was a grahastha. So he was a grahastha, he was dealing in political matters, and he was a, if you see in the Varnashrama system, he was from a lower class. But still, Prabhupada states he is a adhikari because he knows the transcendental signs of Radha and Krishna. And also, Prabhupada recommends all the grahasthas should be dasa adhikari. They also should be well versed in the signs of Krishna Prema or dealings of Radha and Krishna. So, how to do that? To be in constant touch with Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, further, Sarvabhattacharya states, Panditya Ara Bhakti Rasa Dunhera Te Honsima Sambhashile Jani Be Tumi Tahara Mahima. So again, he further glorifies Ramananda Raya. He says he's so very well versed in Bhakti Rasa, mellows of transcendental dealings of Radha and Krishna. So he's most learned scholar, he's Panditya or Bhakti, as well as he's a devotee. So if one is there and the other is not there, then it will be fanatic and religious. But here, Ramananda Raya was most learned scholar, as well as he is expert in devotional mellows. So he is actually most exalted. So why don't you try discussing with him? Why so much of recommendation is given by Saumbatacharya? Because he missed his association when he was a great. Before transformation by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Saumbatacharya used to meet Rama. Of course, he's a head priest and he's a governor. So whenever Ramananda Raya used to come, used to meet. They both used to discuss. They used to meet. But when Ramananda Raya discussed about the Bhakti Rasas, then he ignored him actually. He didn't take much because he was a Mayavadi. Before he was a Mayavadi priest. So he didn't take much care about the Bhakti Rasas. One minute. Is my voice audible and clear?
Yes, Mathaji, we could all hear. Only one person could not hear.
Okay. So, Bhakti Rasa, if you see, even Prabhupada states in one of the purports that there is no difference between Ramananda Raya and Sanatana Goswami. See, if you compare Ramananda Raya and Sanatana Goswami, Ramananda Raya was a Grahastha, while Sanatana Goswami was in the order of Paramahamsa. He was in the highest order. But Prabhupada states both are equal because both have their center to be Krishna and the mellows of Bhakti Rasa Tattva. So there is no difference between Ramananda Raya and Sanatana Goswami. Of course, Rupa Goswami is he is the one who gave Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and is both. If we refer to Sanatana, then it refers to Rupa Goswami also. So Ramananda Raya was always in the mood of a gopi. Of course, he is the Vishaka Saki. So further when we see Ramananda, so much of recommendation was given by Sarvabhattacharya, and he is the one who asked who asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I mean, he requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to meet Ramananda Raya. So where was Ramananda praised at that time? He was in the we saw he governed West and East Godavari. So he was in the he was placed in the town of Vidyanagara. That time it was Vidyanagara. Now it is Kovur. Even today, if you see, there is a Gaudiya Math in Kovur and printing press also, which was established by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So here, Kovur, there was a stretch of 5 kilometers. There is a river of Godavari. So Godavari is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at Kovur, he saw Godavari there and he considered that to be Yamuna, because if you see, Godavari is also black in color and Yamuna is also black in color. So of course, all Stavara Jangama Deke Nadeke Daramuti, Sarvatra Ishta Deva Spurti. So wherever, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. But whenever a devotee sees a river, he connects that with Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always saw Ganga to be Krishna, Yamuna, and also now Godavari to be Yamuna. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached the banks of Godavari, he took his bath and he was sitting under a tree and he was chanting. Why he was waiting there? Because he was very eager to meet Ramananda Raya. So when Ramananda Raya was in a very big position that time. So when he arrived, he came in a silver palanquin. He came in a palanquin and he was accompanied by Brahmanas who were chanting Vedic mantras, and also he was accompanied by various servants. So when he came, he took his bath. So that time, it is stated that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was actually, he was doing his own work. He was taking his bath, he was doing his Pitra Puja and all those things. That time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually was very, he wanted to run, in his mind, he ran to Ramananda Raya. But because of social ethics, he was sitting under the tree and chanting the holy name. But he wanted to attract Ramananda at the same time. So what he did, Surya Sata Samakanti, he increased his effulgence so that Ramananda Raya would notice him. So Krishna increased, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu increased his potency, as Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami says, Surya Sata Samakoti, that is, his aura was so brilliant that it was equivalent to the light of 100 suns together. If there is effulgence coming from this one sun itself is we see now it's the month of May and we experience it. But when there is 100 suns together, the brilliance, the effulgence is, we cannot describe that, right? So he increased his potency in order to attract Ramananda Raya towards him. So when Ramananda Raya noticed that there is one sannyasi is very powerful and effulgent, so he directly, without even considering to change his cloth or something, he directly went and offered his obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, oh, you get up and chant Krishna, Krishna, that is very important. And when they both met, they wanted to hug Alingana, they wanted to do Alingana, but because there were so many Brahmanas and other servants, they both were controlling themselves. But when they both chanted the name of Krishna, then Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami says, Swabhavika Prema Dohara Udaya Karila Duha Alingiya Duhe Bhumite Padila. They both they couldn't stop each other. So they both hugged each other, Alingana Karila. And then what happened out of aesthetic symptoms, Ashta Satvika Bhava, it appeared in their body, and then they both fell to the ground. So this was because he is Krishna himself and Radharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna combined form, and Ramananda Raya was Vishaka. So after they were separated for so many days, and now they are meeting, and so the natural love awakening was there. So they embraced each other, and then they fell to the ground due to Bhava and Prema. So this is this is the first meeting of Ramananda Raya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Immediately, Ramananda Raya was able to express his rasa or mellows in the form of bhava, it's Ashta Satvika Bhavas. So after this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya were glorifying each other actually. So they saw all the servants and brahmanas there. They were bewildered. Here is a person who is in the highest order of Varnashrama system. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the sannyasa order, and the other person is in the Sudra class, who is in the lowest order. Why they are embracing each other? So they were all bewildered. So, no, as Santaryami Chaitanya Prabhu knew all these happening in the heart of the other person standing there. So they came back to their external consciousness and they were settling down. So that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the others were non-devotees who are Vijatiya, Prabhupada states. So Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami says they are Vijatiya, they are non-devotees. While Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya are Sajatiya, they are of same family, they are all eternal associates, right? So because of Vijatiya people's feeling, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he wanted to maintain some social ethics, so they settled down. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was astonished. See, because of you, seeing you, all these people have got Krishna Prema in them. They were also infused with Krishna Prema. They were also crying by seeing these two great devotees, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya. So, that's a very nice conversation happening between Ramananda Raya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, both of them are glorifying each other while telling low about themselves. So here, first Ramananda Raya states, "Tomara Ishvara Lakshana." So your Ishvara Lakshana, you have so much of effulgence in you, you're attracting so many people. Even when you when they see you, they get attracted and get Krishna Prema, what to speak. So they are all in ecstasy because of you only, Mahaprabhu, like that Ramananda is. Tomara Ishvara Lakshana, because of seeing your Lakshana, they are all attracted by you. Ajana Lambita Bujau Kanakavata. He was 8 foot high, and he had eyes that is extending till his ears, and all these lakshanas. By seeing you yourself, they are all becoming prema bhaktas. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, tumi Mahabhagavata Uttama, because you're a topmost devotee, just by seeing you, they are getting devotion. That is the counter that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. And again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Ami Mayavada Sannyasi. See, I am a Mayavadi sannyasi. I have nothing, I even don't have a lava matra of Krishna Prema. But while you are Bhagavadottama, and because of your touch, I am infused with Krishna Prema. Then look at the dainya that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has. He says he is the Sarveshwara, but he is so very happy to put himself in a lower pedestal. So he is saying, Ami Mayavadi Sannyasi. I am a Mayavadi Sannyasi, but because of your touch, I have become, I'm infused with Krishna Prema. To which Ramananda Raya says, if that is so, why Sarvabhattacharya asked you to meet me? My heart is like a steel. Is a loha. It is very strong, and yeah, it is not accustomed to take bhakti. So when I meet you, I will get some bhakti. That's why Sarvabhattacharya has recommended you to meet me. So this is what this is a nice conversation that they had. Of course, we know all their discussions, they had all those things, but this part is very, very beautiful. Where even today, when two devotees meet, they glorify each other while keeping themselves in a lower pedestal. This comes from where, means it comes from Lord Chaitanya himself. So he always puts his devotees in the front and glorifies them. Then further, they have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to hear from Ramananda Raya. This is more of a philosophical part. Prabhu, is it okay? I'm going. It's already working.
Please.
Is it okay?
Please.
So we know the philosophical part. I'm not going to discuss much of, even though I wanted to. But so what is the ultimate goal of Sadhyera Nirnaya? Sadhyera Nirnaya means what is ultimate goal of life? That was a discussion that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya had. Of course, they both knew all those things, but still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to hear from Ramananda Raya. So we know first what are all the suggestions that was given by Ramananda Raya or Sadhyera Sara. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected each one of it until he reached the final point. So I'll just go through this alone. So first, Ramananda Raya suggested the ultimate goal of life is Varnashrama system, which slowly leads to Vishnu Bhakti. But what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Eko Bhakya Age Karam Kaham Ara. So he told, this is all external. Please tell me more. So then Ramananda Raya expressed offer results of one's activity to Raya Karosir Dasasir Jivosir Dasasir. So he recommended do your Varnashrama activity, but offer the results to the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is also external. Eho Bhakya Age Kahamora. Then he suggested to give up Varnamashra, Karma Tyaga, Sarvadharman Parityaja, give up Varnashrama system. This also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Eho Bhakya Age Kahamora. Then Ramananda Raya stated Jnana Mishra Bhakti, speculative knowledge, Bhakti as the secondary limb. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this is also external. And further, Ramananda Raya said Jnana Sunya, we should Jnana Karma Anavruta Bhakti. So slowly to pure Bhakti. So Jnana Sunya Bhakti is what he recommended. So Brahma says Jnane Prayasa Udapasana Namanta Eva. So in that, when he came to this thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is also okay, Eko Haya, but you have to go further. Then Ramananda Raya states about Prema Bhakti, which includes both sadhana, both the sadhana bhakti, so it is Raganuga and sadhana bhakti. Vaidhi sadhana bhakti and Raganuga sadhana bhakti. So in this particular point, the previous thing, Jnana Sunya Bhakti, that is Jnane Prayasa Udapasana, that is the basic principle. After that, when you want to go higher, then you have to follow the rules and regulations. But since our entire parampara is Manjari parampara, the most recommended form of sadhana is Raganuga sadhana bhakti. Raganuga sadhana bhakti, you all know. I'm just brushing it up. So when we have when our intuition to do bhakti, a provoking factor to do bhakti is love towards Krishna prema, or when love is a factor for us to do our sadhana, then it is Raganuga sadhana bhakti. But when following regulative principles is an inducer to do our bhakti, then it is Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. Anyway, both are pure devotional service. There is no second thought about it. But what is the recommendation? Prabhupada always says, out of love, you have to do your Preeti Bhajatam Preeti Purvakam. So here, particularly Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Ramananda Raya states this particular sloka, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Madihi. So this Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita is that is after which Krishna Prabhupada named this society to be International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate. It is very, very Kutobi Labhya, very, very rare. But what is the price that we have to have? Tatra Laulyam Api Mulyam Ekalam. This is the basis for Raganuga sadhana bhakti. Janma Koti Sukrutevir na Labhyate. So we have to have this laulyam. We have to develop this laulyam. That is very, very, when we focus on attachment to Radha and Krishna and the services to Radha and Krishna, automatically the rules and regulatives principle, the thing that we achieve through rules and regulatives, which are sense control, purification of the senses, all these things will automatically be achieved. So tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam. So this greediness should be our basis to do bhakti. So tatra laulyam happy mulyam ekalam, then we will be automatically guided by all the purvacharyas, of course Srila Prabhupada. Then further Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to hear more एको आहे एको है आगे कहा आ रहा. Then he explains about Dasya Prema, Sakya Prema, Vatsalya Prema, and Kanta Prema. Kanta Prema is Madhurya Prema. And even not satisfied with that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to glorify Radharani. So he wanted to hear more. Then he said, Ramananda Raya said, Radhera Prema Sadhya Siromani. So when we attain the Manjari Bhav, in order to serve Radha Krishna, then that is Radhera Prema Sadhya Siromani. That is, Radha is the topmost devotee of Krishna, and she is the embodiment of Krishna Prema, and she is always in Mahabharata. So all these things are the treasure that we have in Gaudiya Sampradaya. So it is when we just follow the instructions of Rupa and Sanatana, Rupa Goswami, then we are automatically into Raganuga Bhakti only. So further, after saying discussing so many about Radha Krishna and Radharani's glories, then at the end, then Ramananda Raya pleaded Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to reveal his identity. So that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Rasa Raja Mahabhava Dvi Eka Rupa. So Rasaraja is Krishna himself, Akila Rasamritamurti. Krishna himself is Rasaraja, and Mahabhava is representing Radharani, who is full of Krishna Prema. If there is some form for Krishna Prema, it's Srimati Radharani. So Rasaraja and Mahabhava Dvi Ekarupa, that is Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. So when Ramananda Raya took the darshan of this form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the combined form of Rasaraja and Mahabhava, he just fell unconscious to the ground. He was very, and he came to his external consciousness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much happy that he was able to describe so much, like he was able to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So further also, if we see in the Antilila, Pradyumna Mishra, one Brahmana, he wanted to hear more about Krishna Katha. So he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, of course, these slokas are very, very nice, but because of time just running. So if you want to hear about Krishna Katha, then Ramananda is the right person. See, again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu puts his devotee in front of him. So he wants to give glories to his devotees. So Krishna Katha Ami Nahi Jani. He says, I do not know Krishna Katha. So when Pradyumna Mishra asked the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the combination of Radha and Krishna, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Krishna Katha Ami Nahi Jani. I do not know Krishna Katha. If you want to know Krishna Katha, then go to Ramananda Raya. He is Tanda Muke Suni. You hear from Ramananda Raya. So Raganuga Marge Jani, further Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Raganuga Marge Jani Raya Bhajana Siddha Dehe Tulya Tate Prakata Nahi Jnana. So when Pradyumna Mishra went for the first time to meet Ramananda Raya in his place, he was waiting to speak with Ramananda, but while Ramananda was very busy in preparing two young women or young girls for Jagannath Nataka. So he has written a scripture called Jagannath Vallabha Nataka. I think it is. I just forgot the name. What is the name of the scripture? Jagannath Vallabha. I don't know. I think Jagannath Nataka. So when he was preparing these two, who are known as dasis, Devadasis, and they used to perform. He was preparing them in the Gopi Baba. He was in Gopi Baba, and he was teaching them how to make mudras, and he used to clean their body, prepare them, ornament them, everything. When Pradyumna Mishra saw this, he was bewildered actually. So he went again to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he asked why Ramananda is behaving like this. That time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the glory of Ramananda. That is this. Raganuga Marge Jani Rayera Bhajana Siddha Deha Tulya Tate Prakrita nahi mana. So you understand that he is not, he doesn't have a material body. His body and himself are not different. He is in Swarupa. He is Visakha himself. He is Visakha Saki. So he is in Siddhadeka. So all his activities should not be seen in a material point of view. So then after here, what then when Ramananda Raya addressed Pratyumhasha, what you wanted to hear about Krishna? He said, you both had a conversation in Vidyanagarana, Kovur. I wanted to hear that. Then Ramananda Raya explained everything to Pratyumhasha. And then after hearing all these things, Pratyumhasha again came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he glorified Ramananda Raya. So Ramananda Raya kata kahile Raya haya, Manusya nahe Raya, Krishna Bhakti Rasamaya. So he is not a human being at all. Now he himself is, he has realized this and then he is saying this, Pratyumhasha. So same thing, Siddha Dehe, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, this is acknowledged after hearing from Ramananda Raya. Pradyumhasha himself is acknowledging this. He is not a human being, normal human being. He is Krishna Bhakti Rasamaya. If there is a form for Krishna Bhakti Rasa, then it is Ramananda Raya. So these are all wonderful conversation that is cited in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Also, Ramananda Raya had water sports while he was in while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Gundicha. This water sport used to happen, and Ramananda Raya also participated in water sport because they are all intimate associates. So Prabhupada states that although Prabhupada states that although Ramananda Raya acted as a grahastha and was accepted as an ordinary pounds and shillings man, he was a great minister. And then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met him in Kovur, while leaving, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, I wanted you to be in Jagannath Puri. So he submitted his resignation letter to the king, Prataparudra. And Prataparudra, he was always longing to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he could not meet. When there's an opportunity for Ramananda Raya to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he didn't stop him. So he told, I will give you double the time pension, and then you happily serve Ramananda. And it was because of Ramananda Raya's recommendation. Of course, one of Ramananda Raya's recommendation. Ramananda Raya highly recommended that Prataparudra should meet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should meet Prataparudra. So that also happened. So Ramananda Raya was a political person. He was a Sudra and he was a grahastha, but still he was dealing with the material affairs, but he was always absorbed in transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna. This is one of the most important teaching that Prabhupada want to tell us about Ramananda Raya. So what we have to take, we have to understand, even though we have so much material dealings, the absorption should be, our heart should be placed at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Sri Ramananda Raya, he was the author of Jagannath Vallabha Nataka. So it is like a drama actually. So further, after discussion happened between Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami says, Rasa Tattva Jnana Haya Ihara Savana. Whenever we hear this conversation about Ramananda Raya, the conversation that happened between Ramananda Raya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Prema Bhakti Haya Radha Krishnera Charana. Then that person will get Prema Bhakti at the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna Chaitanya. So this is the Palastuti that is given. So we can read, if we go through this particular Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyavila 8th chapter, and then we contemplate on this before going to bed or in the rising early in the morning or any day, any time of the day, then we are sure to get Prema Bhakti. And then further, these specifies the mood of Ramananda Raya. So these two slokas particularly, this is my realization. So here these two slokas, it is from the same chapter, and this is talks between Ramananda Raya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Kovur. So Raya kahe, hami nata tumi sutradhara, yei mata nachavo taiche chahi nachi bara. So Ramananda Raya said, I'm just dancing puppet and you pull the strings. Whichever way you make me dance, I will dance. So we should just completely surrender onto the plan of Krishna. We may externally say, I may externally say I'm completely surrendered onto the lotus feet of Krishna, but completely surrender means Gotrut me varnam tada. His plan is my plan. That's it. So whichever way you make me dance, I will dance. So this is one particular mood in which Ramananda Raya was discussing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even though he gave so much of high philosophies, but still he said, I am just the pen and you are the writer. And further he says, Mora jikva veena yantra tumi veena dhari tomara mane ei ute tahe uchari. So I'm just a string. So my tongue is just like a stringed instrument and you are the player. Therefore, I simply vibrate whatever arises in your mind. So there is no place for pride here. Whatever, having spoken so much of high philosophies, Ramananda Raya states that you are the player and I'm just an instrument. This is being said in even Arjuna. Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, Bhava Savya Sachin. So you may be a great what to say, you may be a great fighter, but you consider that I've already completed everything, you are just an instrument in my hand. So further, when we see when Ramananda Raya resigned his post, and when he came to Jagannath Puri, Prataprudra gave a place for Ramananda Raya to stay. That is, in today's time, we see Jagannath Vallabha Gardens. When we enter Jagannath Vallabha Gardens, in the left side, there is a mutt. It will be stated as Raya Ramananda Mutt. And in that place, we see even today, there are saligrams which was worshipped by Ramananda Raya. Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra deity form they worship by Ramananda Raya. And also there is specific 400 Krishna form that is being that deity was also worshipped by Ramani. Even today, when you go to Jagannath Puri, you can take darshan of Ramananda Raya's deities. And in Bentapur, if you see today, there is the house of Ramananda Raya, where the sword, because he was the governor, he was in the political position, he had a sword. If you see in the left, the sword of Ramananda Raya is today, even you can take darshan of that. And then the water pot used by Ramananda Raya, that is in the right side. And also the Jagannath Nataka, that also is being stored very carefully, preserved very carefully. Today, if you go to Bentapur, you can take darshan of this manuscript written by Ramananda Raya himself. So that's it. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to describe the glories of Ramananda Raya. Of course, there are so many things that was discussed. Furthermore, again, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri after completing his South India Yatra, he again met Ramananda Raya. And that time, so many questions were asked by whom to worship, what is the greatest form of worship. All those things were asked and answers were given. But time is the essence. So these are all the glories of Ramananda. I wanted to sing Jayanilo Premananda, but we will end it here. Thank you for giving an opportunity. If there are some discrepancies, kindly accept my apologies.
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Mathaji, நீங்க என்ன சைத்தன்ய சரிதாமிரதாவை மனப்பாடம் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? எக்ஸலண்ட் எக்ஸலண்ட் இஸ் ஒன் வேர்ட் வி கேன் சே. அப்படியே கண்ணு முன்னாடி ட்ராமா மாதிரி அப்படியே ராமானந்த ராயோட கம்ப்ளீட் இதை நான் இந்த இடத்துக்கெல்லாம் குரு மகாராஜோட போயிருக்கேன். அப்படியே அது அந்த ஞாபகம் எனக்கு வர மாதிரி நீங்கள் ரொம்ப எக்ஸலண்ட்டாக பண்ணிட்டேன். அண்ட் வந்து பெங்காலி அது வந்து ஆக்சுவலி வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். தமிழ் தெரிஞ்சவங்களுக்கு பெங்காலி ப்ரொனவுன்சியேஷன் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டம்தான். அது ரொம்ப அழகாக பண்ணியிருக்கேன். அண்ட் ஒன்னொன்றுத்துக்கும் தமிழ் நம்ம இங்கிலீஷில் சொன்னதுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கும் பெங்காலி அந்த ஒரு சைத்தன்ய சரிதாமிரதா வரிசையும் அழகா மனப்பாடம் பண்ணி ஐ டேக் இன்ஸ்பிரேஷன் ஃப்ரம் யூ. இந்த மாதிரி பண்ணணும். பண்ணினா நாளைக்கு வந்து நமக்கு காது கேட்கல, கண்ணு தெரியல, என்ன வயசாகி போனாலும் இது மறக்கவே மறக்காது. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் சச் அ வண்டர்ஃபுல் கிளாஸ். வண்டர்ஃபுல், வண்டர்ஃபுல்,
Since Mataji.
எக்ஸலண்ட். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் மாதாஜி. ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
Uh, any feedback, like anywhere I have gone out of track, any corrections?
ராமானந்த ராயாவோட இதை நம்ம பண்ணச்சே எவ்வளோ அழகா சொல்லியிருக்கேன். சொன்னதுல இல்லையே அவுட் ஆஃப் ட்ராக் போறதுக்கான சான்ஸே இல்லை ஆக்சுவலி. அண்ட் ரொம்ப
Correct.
பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா யூ ஹவ் நரேட்டட் லைக் ஒன் ட்ராமா. அது வந்து அப்படியே கண்ணு முன்னாடி எல்லா சீன்ஸும் அப்படி வந்து வந்து இவளோட தீவான்னு மட இட் வாஸ் லைக் ஒன் ரெயின்ஃபால். அவ்வளோ அழகா இருந்தது. தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா.
Firstly, I also felt it was live, though I was not fully available. It was live, and Kalanidhi Prabhu is somehow is giving opportunity to devotees who are setting a benchmark. Now, how to reach that benchmark is how we have to see how to reach that benchmark. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
God bless
Very
you.
nice. Nice presentation also. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji. It is really wonderful, and PPT is the icing on the cake. And I was all the time thinking whether we will be able to see those places in the PPT. So you displayed them also. That's definitely a matter of great satisfaction. And when you mentioned about being the puppet in the hands of the Lord, we recollected how Srila Prabhupada also had the same mood when he went to Boston. He was writing in his diary, "Oh Lord, make me a puppet in your hands. Nachao, nachao, mate, nachao." So that mood, as you said, is what I would really like to cultivate. That always being in the mood that whatever happens, let the Lord use me as his instrument. I should not be too much attached to praise or criticism or success or failure. Being completely in that mood is actually very, very difficult. Easier said than done. But through this story of Ramananda Rai, what you are expressing, that he spoke the highest philosophy, but still had no ownership. He said, "You are vibrating my tongue and I am speaking something." So very nice, Mataji. Thank you very much. It's a very nice way to remember Ramananda Rai. On the tomorrow is the disappearance day, and today we are able to hear this story. So tomorrow we should be able to meditate on this. Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Actually, when we go to Puri Parikrama, we make it a point that we go to Alanatha, and in the way, last time we went to Bentapur. So it was a great experience that actually when you go there, they have put a chart, the Parampara chart is there, how from Bhavananda Raya till that person, the person who is from the family lineage, he is still there. He's maintaining the house, and we were able to take the blessings from him also. So when you come to Puri Parikrama, it's a great time that we can have darshan of this places in and around Puri.
Thank you so much, Mathaji. Wonderful class. And the PPTs I loved very much. We had the darshan of Bentapur also. Grateful to you, Mathaji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. Excellent as usual. Wonderful presentation as expected. Hari Bol.
So we'll end it here.
Actually,
Yes,
Mataji is
Mataji.
too tight with the summer camp and so many other things, but still she has done a very good, excellent presentation.
I thought the
Hari
class tomorrow, I didn't make any preparation. And I asked Kalanidhi Prabhu, is it possible I can postpone it tomorrow? Then anyway, by all Vaishnavas' mercy, something I prepared and then I listened to it. Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, it could not have been better tomorrow. It has already reached the perfection. Thank you.
We'll end it, Prabhu. We'll end the meeting.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha
Itanam
bhavaneभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
Vaishnavebhyo namo
नमः कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नमाचार्य सत्यदास ठाकुर की जय रामानंद राय की जय गौर प्रेम हरि हरि
Hari Hari.
Prabhupada.